Hi. Before we look into our own minds, come step away from the modern noise for a little while. Let me share a highly unusual story from an ancient valley that completely reframes what it means to be whole. Many centuries ago, in a remote mountain province hidden by perpetual mist, there lived an imperial ink painter named Master Ren. His reputation was legendary, but he was a man tormented by his own craft. He did not paint simple landscapes, he was obsessed with capturing the ultimate essence of absolute perfection. He spent decades studying the precise curve of a bird's wing, the exact symmetry of a lotus petal, and the mathematically perfect distribution of black ink on silk. Yet, every time he finished a masterpiece, he would stare at it with intense frustration, feel a profound emptiness, and burn the scroll before sunrise. To his eyes, every stroke was a flaw, every line a mistake to be corrected. One autumn morning, the emperor summoned Master Ren to the capital and handed him a blank scroll made from the rarest, most flawless white silk in the empire. The emperor gave him a single command: travel across the world, find the one thing that is entirely without flaw, and paint it for my palace. Do not return until your canvas holds perfection. Master Ren packed his brushes and set out on a journey that lasted 7 long years. He climbed the highest alpine peaks to watch the sunrise, thinking the first light of day would be his subject, but he found the shadows it cast were uneven and jagged. He visited the grandest marble temples, but found tiny, microscopic fractures in the stone. He observed the most celebrated sages, but noticed wrinkles of worry on their brows. The world was a chaotic mess of imperfections, and his scroll remained completely blank. He felt like a complete failure, an exile trapped in a world that refused to be fixed. Exhausted and defeated, Ren climbed high into the northern crags to seek out a legendary hermit who lived in a simple hut made of woven pine branches. The hermit was an old woman who spent her days sitting on a smooth stone, watching the wind move through a valley of wild, twisted pine trees. Ren collapsed at her feet, unrolled his blank silk scroll, and wept. "I have searched the entire empire," he confessed. "I have analyzed every mountain, every river, and every human soul. Everything is broken. Everything carries a blemish, a scar, or an irregular line. There is nothing perfect in this world for me to paint." The old hermit looked down at the weeping painter, then looked out at the wild pine trees, which grew sideways and crooked to survive the harsh mountain gales. She smiled, picked up Ren's finest bamboo brush, and walked over to a small, clear mountain stream bubbling nearby. She did not dip the brush into black ink. Instead, she dipped the bristles into the pure, clear water. She walked back to the pristine white scroll, and with a single, sweeping, elegant motion, she drew a long stroke of clear water directly across the silk. Master Ren gasped, watching intently. The hermit handed the dry brush back to the painter and said softly, "You have spent 7 years trying to find something to fix, something to capture, something to make perfect with your ink. But true peace is not a decoration you add to the canvas. True peace is the canvas itself, before you ever pick up the brush. The mountain is not broken because it is jagged, the pine tree is not flawed because it is twisted. They are simply existing. Your mind is spinning because you are trying to paint over a reality that is already whole. Just let that old wisdom settle into your spirit for a moment." The painter was miserable not because the world was flawed, but because he could not stop trying to correct it. My friends, this is the exact psychological cage we have built for ourselves in our modern lives. Look at how we treat our own minds, our bodies, and our journeys today. We have turned our entire existence into a never-ending self-improvement project. We treat ourselves like a piece of software that needs a constant upgrade, an apartment that needs a continuous remodel, or a machine that needs to be hyper-optimized for maximum efficiency. We wake up in the morning and immediately think about what we need to change. We need to optimize our morning routines, fix our sleep cycles, correct our diets, alter our personalities, and constantly cure our insecurities. We read endless self-help books, listen to endless podcasts, and scroll through endless advice videos, looking for the magic formula that will finally make us feel complete. We have become entirely addicted to the idea of the future self, that mythical, perfect version of us who has no flaws, no anxieties, and no problems. But look at the heavy toll this constant self-correction takes on your soul. When you spend every single day focusing entirely on what needs to be fixed, you are actively training your brain to believe that who you are right now is fundamentally inadequate. You turn your present moment into a waiting room, refusing to accept your life until every single line is perfectly straight. You become exactly like the frustrated painter, burning your days because they don't match the impossible blueprint in your mind. You need to realize a profound truth tonight: you are not a project to be finished. You are a human being allowed to exist. The anxieties you feel, the quiet doubts that visit you in the night, the awkward spaces in your personality, and the scars of your past mistakes, these are not systemic failures that need to be surgically removed from your life. They are simply the natural contours of a life being lived in a complex world. They are the twisted branches of the pine tree that allowed it to survive the mountain storm. They give you a soul. They make your music human. Stop treating your life like a problem that needs a solution. You do not need to read another book, adopt another habit, or achieve another milestone to earn the right to feel at peace with yourself. What you need right now is to lay down the brush. Stop trying to paint over your own nature with endless expectations. Think of the clear water on the silk scroll. The ultimate value of the canvas was already there before the ink ever touched it. Your inherent worth, your capacity for joy, and your internal peace are already sitting quietly inside you, waiting beneath the heavy layers of your worries and your endless plans. You do not need to build peace, you just need to stop manufacturing chaos. So, as we bring our conversation to a close today, I want to challenge you to do something deeply unique, yet incredibly liberating. Sometime before you close your eyes tonight, take just 5 minutes to declare an absolute ceasefire with yourself. Step away from your goals, step away from your flaws, and stop trying to figure your life out. Sit quietly in your room, look at yourself in the mirror, or just close your eyes, and whisper to your mind, for the next 5 minutes, nothing needs to be fixed. Nothing needs to be changed. I am entirely enough, exactly as I am, Let the heavy burden of self-optimization slide off your shoulders. Let the blank canvas of your mind just breathe in its natural state. May the universe grant you the rare courage to stop fighting your own reflection today. May your heart find the deep rest that comes from surrendering the need to be perfect, and may you be blessed with the wisdom to realize that you were already whole before the journey ever began. Take care of yourself, breathe softly, and until we sit down together again, peace be upon you.